So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts web exclusive Iron Man Mark II. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic style box for the SH Figuarts Marvel line when we get a web exclusive, and there is no window on the front of the box since it is a web exclusive, but it does say SH Figuarts Iron Man Mark II Marvel. We do get a very nice image of the Mark II figure there. It says Marvel, Iron Man, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then here is the bottom of the box, just says SH Figuarts Iron Man Mark II. And then here is the top of it, same thing as the bottom. And then the one side of the box here does have a nice image of the Mark II there. And then here is the other side with another nice image of the Mark II. And then the back of it does show a few poses you can get the figure into along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open and take a closer look at this dope Iron Man armor. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and once again Tamashii Nations did a superb job with another Iron Man figure. The biggest downside, I think, to this Mark II is once again we have another web exclusive for another Marvel figure. So to me, that's the biggest disappointing thing about this Mark II. But other than that, they really did an excellent job with it. It's pretty much just a repaint of the Mark III that we've gotten months ago. And it looks really good. They did a very nice job with the silver. I like the way the silver looks on it. The face sculpt looks great. We do get the translucent plastic on the eyes there, the face plate. Probably one of my favorite things about the Iron Man figures, but beautiful sculpt all throughout it. They did add those darker gray dots. They just painted them on all throughout the figure, and it looks pretty good. So they did a pretty damn good job so far from the look of it. The neck looks good, nice sculpt and paint on it. And then the torso here, we do get the arc reactor with a translucent plastic on it, and I think that looks dope. Then we get all those grayish, dark gray dots all throughout the torso there, as you can see. Like I said, they're all just painted on there. But beautiful sculpt all throughout the torso, around the midsection, around the sides of the torso right there. That looks pretty dope. Then the back, very nice job all throughout it. I like the way the spine piece looks. That looks cool. You get some more of those dots all throughout the upper back there. And then the shoulder pads, like usual for Iron Man figures, are on a hinge. And beautiful sculpt under the shoulder pad right there, and on the shoulder pad as well. The arms look great, nice sculpt and paint all throughout them. They did sculpt some lines on the elbow joints there. So very good job with that. We get some more of those dots around the forearm. And then the legs here. Very nice sculpt and paint once again. Then we get some more dots around the thighs there. Very good job with that. Nice sculpt all throughout it. The knees look good. The knee joints look good as well. I always like these bolt looking pieces on the side of the knees or back of the knees. I always thought those looked pretty cool on these Iron Man figures. The lower legs look dope. Very nice sculpt and paint. And then the feet, like usual with all the SH Figuarts Iron Man figures, are die-cast metal. And to me, I really love that they do that. And they did a very nice job with the paint and sculpt on them. So great job on the feet there. And there's the back. I like the way these look. That looks pretty cool. And these are on hinges as well. But overall, I think they knocked it out of the park with this Mark II with the detail. I really don't have too many complaints about it. Really none besides it being a web exclusive. I think the paint and sculpt really look beautiful on this piece. And can't be any more satisfied with how the detail turned out on this Mark II. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get the basics when it comes to the SH Figuarts Iron Man figures. So we do get a total of 8 interchangeable hands. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging, and very nice sculpt and paint all throughout these. These are the same hands we've been getting with every SH Figuarts Iron Man figure, and I do like how they made the arc reactor like a cream color. They didn't just paint it silver. So I do like that they did that, but beautiful sculpt and paint all throughout the fists here. And then we do get the plate of armor. So whenever you interchange the hands, you have to take the plate of armor off the top of the hand, just wiggle it back and forth, and it'll pop off. And I would say pop on the new hand first, and then put the plate of armor on so you don't risk breaking anything. And all the hands are fairly simple to interchange. So we do get a pair of fists, and then we also get a pair of karate chippity chop chop hands. Very nice paint and sculpt on these. Very good job on these with the detail there. So we do get a pair of those. And then we do get a pair of open resting hands here. Very nice paint and sculpt once again. Very good job on these hands. And then finally we get the repulsor blast hands with the pegs on the palm there, and very nice paint and sculpt on these as well. The only issue on both of them, like on the top here, they missed some of the silver. As you can see, it's still black, and then same with on this one, but this one's on the bottom, so they missed some of the silver paint a little bit around those pegs there. And these pegs you just peg in into the blast effects, just like that. So very simple to do that. So we do get those 8 interchangeable hands, and then we also get 2 interchangeable pieces of armor that go on his back, and I just call them the flaps of armor. So what you do here, it's these 2 pieces. All you do is just get your fingernail under it along the top, because that's where the peg is, as you can see right there, and they are labeled R and L for these ones, and same with those. And then you take these ones here, and all you do is just peg them in, and then there you go, as simple as that. So pretty cool little accessories that they add with Iron Man, but very nice paint and sculpt on these. And as you can see, the R was on that one right there, so very good job on those pieces. So we do get those, and then we finally get 6 different blast effects. 4 of them are meant for him when he's flying, and then the other 2 are meant for his repulsor blast. So for the flying ones, we do get the larger ones here, which are meant for his feet. And same exact ones we've been getting with every other SH Figuarts Iron Man figure, which I'm fine with. We do have the nice translucent plastic, then we do get some nice orange and white paint on the end there, and very nice sculpt as well. Then we do have a peg right there, which pegs into the bottom of Iron Man's feet, just like that, and then there you go. As simple as that. So we do get the ones for the feet. Then for the flying, again, we get the ones for his hands, which are just a little bit smaller than the feet ones. And same ones we've been getting, very nice translucent plastic with the nice orange and white paint and nice sculpt work as well. And they do just peg into the hands with the pegs on them. And it's very simple to get them on, as you could just see there. So we do get those, and then we do get the repulsor blast ones. And once again, same ones we've been getting. Nice translucent plastic, then we do have the orange and white paint, which looks pretty good, and nice sculpt work as well. And these go right onto his hands with the pegs also. So those are all the accessories included with the Mark II. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of the Mark II. To the top of his head, it looks like he's around 6 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Civil War Captain America, the Mark III Iron Man, the Age of Ultron Black Widow, and the Good Smile Company Figma Avengers Hulk. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Doctor Strange, Civil War Black Panther, Age of Ultron Hawkeye, and Civil War Ant-Man. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Punisher. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, pretty basic for SH Figuarts Iron Man figures. So we do have 2 joints at the neck. The upper neck joint you can get to Iron Man to look up about that much, which isn't too bad. Then he does look down about that much. And we do get some pretty good pivot there. And then it also swivels. The lower neck joint, very good forward movement and pretty good going back as well. So nice forward and back movement there. You can get Iron Man to pretty much look all the way down. And then he does look up decently with both the joints. Then we do get great pivot at the lower neck, and then it also swivels. So very nice movement at both the neck joints. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso right under the chest there. And Iron Man crunches forward with that joint about that much, which really isn't the best. But he does go back pretty good with that joint, so very good for flight poses. Then we only get a tiny bit of pivot at that torso joint, very minimal. You can barely see it move, and then it does slightly swivel. There we go. That joint's always really tight on mine, so it does swivel decently at the torso. Now for the waist, it doesn't pivot or swivel, it just hinges back and forth. So Iron Man can crunch forward pretty good with both joints, and then goes back pretty good with both joints as well. Now for the arms here, you can pop them out like that, and also the shoulder pads are on a hinge, so pretty basic for Iron Man figures, but you can shift the arms out so you avoid paint rub around the side of the torso and the shoulder with the arms right there. So I do like that they did that, and we get a beautiful circular motion out of the arms right there. Really love that great movement for the Iron Man figures here. And then the arms do go out to the sides a little more than 90 degrees. They do go up And down, we do have bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in pretty much all the way. Then we do have a ball joint at the wrist, so it does swivel, and then you can move the hand all around on that joint right there. And then the armor on his hand can hinge up and down. So pretty good movement throughout the entire arm. Now for the legs here, they do shift down a really good amount actually, and then they do go up about 90 degrees, which is pretty good. To go to the back about 90 degrees. And be careful not to let the thigh hit this piece because it will damage the thigh. I've experienced that with past Iron Man figures. And people have been wanting me to show both the legs going out to the sides. So with both legs going out to the sides, they both go about 90 degrees, a little bit less. So very nice movement with the legs going out to the sides there. Then it does swivel a little bit on that joint, and then at the thigh here it does swivel on there as well, and then it can move forward and back and then pivot. So I do like that joint at the upper thigh right there. Then we do have double jointed knees that bend back all the way, nice movement there. Then for the ankles here, they do swivel a little bit, does get hindered by these pieces of armor right there, and then they do hinge up a pretty good amount, and then hinging down pretty good as well. And then this piece on the heel, this plate of armor, can hinge up and down. And then we do get a little bit of pivot, not the best actually. I feel like it gets hindered by this, but it's also very hard to move the ankle joint because it's die-cast metal, but it really doesn't have the best pivot. It's alright for these Iron Man figures. And then we do have a little bit of a toe hinge. So overall, I think we do get some great movement with this Mark II, and like I said, it's basic for the SH Figuarts Iron Man figures, which I'm pretty much fine with, and you're going to be able to get them in some great Iron Man-like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Iron Man Mark II. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an even 9. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks. Not sure if he's going to have them on the website. He might, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But I know he definitely will have it at his booth at Frank & Sons. And if you ever do buy something from Agelessgeeks.com, don't forget to enter in codename Daredevil, and you will get yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell icon. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So we do get a basic style box for the SH Figuarts Marvel Chibbity line. And when we get web exclusives, so we do get the and then here is the one side of So now for all the articulation, if we basic for SH Figuarts Iron Man figures, we do have two what the heck was that? The SH Figuarts Age of Civil War, Black Widow, and the Kichiba Chikibichuga Bamuda. This beautiful sculpt on these. And damn it, I dropped it. Son of a bitch. So we do get a pair of fists. And then we also get a pair of... Damn it! Are meant for his repulsor blast. So the Fuichia blah blah blah.